late. It's for every 5 minutes you were late, that was how many one-arm push-ups you had to do.
Still do it.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Still does it.
Still does it? Really?
Just saying.
No, I'm late. Not Steve.
Can we record this one?
Hey? Sorry?
Can we record this?
We are.
Okay.
Yeah. Should have mentioned too, this is all going on our YouTube channel. So you guys will have access to that as well. So yeah, we have done videos on there before, but when you don't play with them for a while, YouTube actually archives them, and I don't know if we found them. Picture quality wasn't great, shall we say. Yeah, Jake's appearance fee is killing us, just so cool. What? Nothing you need to know. Okay, so now we talked about that AC joint. So we start at the front, okay, and we're ironing it on, and then we get our thumb and we push all the tissue forward while we pull the tape back, okay. And if you have a look closely, you can see there's a couple of wrinkles there, all right, and that tells us where the max amount of pressure is on that, and that's helping to sort of keep those two bones in line. So, and that's right from the get-go. So I like that one a lot. And then we'll do another anchor around there. You don't.
This is the AC joint, not.
We're going to build on this.
Okay.
So we start with the AC,
Okay, sorry.
and then no, you're right. That's right. And we're going to go from there. What I find with the shoulder strap is you just got to get the right mix of armpit hairs to skin ratio, so you get the right scream when they go to lift their arm later. I really wish we weren't recording this because there's a great joke there about some athletes I treated that were from Norway, but if those girls ever found out that I told that joke, I wouldn't be happy. Okay, so we start on the front. You'll find out what I joke. Okay, so now for the AC joint, so it's the same thing. Pull it down. Overlapping. Now some guys like to do an anchor all the way around the chest and bring it all down to there. I find if I use Hyperfix and the sticky spray, I haven't put the sticky spray on Jake because I like Jake and we don't want to rip up his skin and hairs off. But if you do the sticky spray, Hyperfix, I tend to find you don't need it around the rib cage, and the athlete usually appreciates that because it can restrict your breathing a little bit. And I haven't had one of these rip off yet. Maybe our athletes just aren't trying. There are some good braces for shoulders too out now as well, which are handy.
So in that way, what do you prefer, strapping or braces?
Depends how bad the shoulder is. If it's for a dislocation, I'll do both. You can't have too much protection for a dislocating shoulder.
Yep.
What's the percentage of re-dislocation in a shoulder for a young male? Anybody? Looking at staff, they give me these blank looks. That's a bit concerning.
50%.
Good start. We got 50. Anybody higher than 50? We got 75, 75. Anybody higher? 88%. 80. What was that? 90. Come on, 2% out. Okay, so that does my AC joint, and if he was only an AC joint guy and that's all we felt that he needed, that's all we would do. And then I'd probably put a bit of Hyperfix front and back, leave him alone.
So you didn't push the skin anymore, right, when you put that tape on?
I did. I put it again.
Do you want to create wrinkles under that? On
Yeah.
that other tape?
Yeah, wrinkles on wrinkles. Lots of wrinkles.
Okay.
Just pretend it's your mother-in-law. Lots of wrinkles. Okay.
It's in your wrinkles.
And then when I did that anchor there, same as we did the ankle, we do it at a bit of an angle, not straight across, just so it doesn't wrinkle too badly around their arm. Okay. Some guys like them to flex when they do that. I don't tend to put any tension through it, so I don't really bother. But if you like to put a bit of tension through, then get them to flex their bicep. If it makes them feel good, that's okay. Now for the rotator cuff, we're trying to stop the arm from falling out of the socket. We're trying to take the pressure off those rotator cuff little tendons. So we're going to pull the tape from here up into the shoulder. Okay. Now for the dislocation, usually those tendons are under stress anyway, so that's going to help them. And for the dislocator, we're just going to make sure we put more tape across that front where they've dislocated. Be aware, it's always good to find out which way they dislocated. I've had a rush on of people that have dislocated at the back lately. So, yeah, just be aware of that. BMX and motocross, yeah. Hand out, shoulder goes straight out the back. Thanks for coming. Break the collarbone on the way through. Love your work. So, also try not to get too close to the neck, because that really is annoying.
Straight?
Sorry?
They're straight, overlapping straight.
Yeah. So we're just going to fan them out. Yeah.
It needs to be made of glass.
Oh, I can sort of see that back. You were all good.
Funny, my dad always used to say that to me when he was watching TV. I think you made a glass on? So, I don't even bother counting these. I just keep going until I cover the skin. So it depends on whether we're dealing with 80 kilos or 180 kilos, you just keep going. Sorry, Rach. And then to get on that front there, you want to get that angle. Okay. Now, an oldie but a goodie for this is, this is called the old wind up. So we're going to start on the back. We go around and up, and finish up on the front. Okay? And I do a few of those. Usually 2, depends on the size of the human. Now we're assuming that this is like a rugby league, rugby union type guy. We can use our little bit for our anchor at the bottom there, make sure it doesn't go anywhere. So this is really designed for reasonably high impact sports.
There's also not going to see that much involvement in the front.
Well, no, you could if you're dealing particularly with the most injured player on the hockey team, which is?
Goalie.
Yes. Yeah. If anybody's going to have a good chance of dislocating or doing any of these injuries, it'll be your goalie every time. And so this would be, if you have a goalie with a dodgy shoulder, that's had any of those injuries we've mentioned, they will love you for this. Yeah. So no, you actually might see this quite a bit, but it'll only be one person coming up and asking for it usually. And then you finish it off there. And again, depending on how much support you think it needs, we wrinkle it up even more. And it's, you know how you guys felt that last week, that support? It's crazy how much that, it really feels like you've got somebody following you around with their hand on your shoulder, keeping it supported. It's really quite a nice feeling when you've got a shoulder that just floats in a bruise. And it's often one I find that people think they do really well and can do really badly. And when you're dealing with somebody who dislocates, you've got to be, you can't not do this well, because they're trusting you to get it right. And I found by strapping it like these very early on after the dislocation, we've actually found we can get some good physio stuff going on a little bit sooner in the mix, rather than not doing anything dangerous, but just getting the exercises a bit more pain-free, so they can get better quality out of those exercises sooner in the rehab.
So this would be a good preventative too with someone that's prior to or something.
Yeah, we had a guy from Farah once who, over the course of the winter, popped his shoulder out 9 times. And we had said after the second or third one, go see a specialist, go see a specialist, go see a specialist. And after the 9th one, which happened when at 2 o'clock in the morning when he just rolled over in bed, and had to be amboed up to the base and put it back in, we got a phone call the next morning. What was the name of that specialist again? And his shoulder's fine now, except last week he actually tore the patellar tendon off his shin bone, so he's off to see any specialist now. He's really having a good time.